Happy Friday, March 29th, everyone. Hunter here at Weather on the Go. And in today's weather forecast, we'll be going over your Easter weekend forecast for Saturday, March 30th into Easter Sunday, March 31st. We'll also be looking at a significant severe weather event, likely especially Monday and Tuesday early next week. And we'll be looking forward to your significant snowstorm potential, as well as April is going to be a wild month again to start the month at least. We'll get into those details later on in today's video. If you are new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below so you are notified that you do have a video here to watch with accurate weather forecasts moving forward. Also, be sure to press the like button down below. It truly helps out more than you know. So let's look at your temperatures out the door here on your Friday. And you can see spring-like temperatures do rule the roost here across the southern and central United States today. Colder temperatures out west and to the north as we have that deep snowpack in both of those areas across the Rockies and into the upper Midwest, and that is keeping our temperatures colder today. Let's look at our precipitation today. Pretty quiet day across the lower 48 here, outside of some snow out west in the higher elevations. We're a very small system there into Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Canada, and also the Dakotas region today. We're going to see a quiet weather kind of continuing. But as we go into tonight, that system up in the Dakotas will dive southeast through portions of the Midwest and the western Great Lakes. That could give us some showers and a few thunderstorms as we go into tonight across the Chicagoland area, back there toward the Davenport Quad Cities region, and that could be the area to watch for a couple of hail-producing thunderstorms as we go into this evening and overnight for eastern Iowa, southern and southwest Wisconsin, into north central Illinois for mainly hail as we go into tonight. Going into Easter weekend on your Saturday, more spring-like temperatures to go around across especially the south central U.S. there on Saturday. Continuing on Easter Sunday, notice the temperature gradient here setting up from the central plains through the Midwest into the Ohio River Valley. That is a warm front that will start to build ahead of our next major storm system. To the north of that front, temperatures will be into the 30s and 40s and even some 50s out there. To the south of that front, 60s, 70s, even 80s down here into Texas Hill Country for Easter Sunday. Then as we go into early next week, that temperature gradient still continues across the Midwest, the Central Plains, the Ohio Valley on Monday, and then we have a cold front sweeping across the country as we go into Tuesday. Again, that is with our next major storm system. So let's talk about that. As we go into Easter weekend, a very significant trough moves in across the Pacific Southwest into California, into the Four Corners region, and that's the leading edge of what looks to be a significant storm system into early next week that will travel across the eastern U.S., and we have to keep an eye on this. So let's start the Easter weekend right with Saturday, and you can see across the Ohio River Valley into the Great Lakes, there is some smaller areas of precipitation here for Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, parts of Wisconsin there. Mainly not really seeing any significant rain or snow accumulation from this, but just know some wet weather will be possible on Saturday. Our main parent trough will be back here across California and the Pacific Southwest on Saturday. That will move inland as we go into Easter Sunday. Very heavy snows across the Rockies into portions of Wyoming there, western Colorado, Utah, getting into southern Idaho, Nevada, into northern Arizona. The Flagstaff area, for example, could be seeing some snowfall there for Easter Sunday. Warm frontal boundary will start to develop here across the Central Plains, the Midwest, the Ohio Valley, and we'll see rounds of convection, thunderstorm activity developing along that front and keeping our temperatures down, but producing heavy rainfall along the way for Easter Sunday. As we go into Monday, we can see the main low starts to develop in eastern Kansas there. Warm front still in place with rounds of heavy rain along that front, but where we have the moist, unstable air is to the south of that warm front. We'll keep an eye on Monday and Tuesday as the system really starts to develop and the surface low deepens to a 997 there in southern Indiana on Tuesday early next week. Let's look at this. A multi-day severe weather outbreak, a significant one, is on the way. Here's on Sunday. This is the end of March on Easter Sunday. Southern Iowa and into portions of northern Missouri, central Illinois, over here into Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia, northern Kentucky, right along that warm front. That's where we have that level 1 out of 5, that marginal risk of severe storms, primarily for hail. Here's the instability setup, your CAPE, your convective available potential energy. You can see starting to sprawl out across the plains into the Midwest. And on the nose, the leading edge of that instability axis or reservoir, we're going to see more of that hail potential there for Sunday. So you can see Easter Sunday during the day, isolated, widely scattered coverage of storms. Not everybody will see them, but these could be hail producers, and then they'll be lining up right along that warm front, more elevated thunderstorms. They're not surface-based, so we're not talking any tornadoes or anything like that, but still some hail as we go into Easter Sunday night. Then a more potent severe weather round is expected early next week. Here's Monday. The Storm Prediction Center, several days in advance. This is their day 4 outlook, and already 4 days in advance, an enhanced risk in the orange for severe weather. That's a level 3 out of 5 for the Missouri Ozarks region, southeastern Kansas, eastern Oklahoma, into northwest Arkansas. But a large slight risk, a level 2 out of 5, from Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois, all the way back down through the Dallas-Fort Worth area here into north and central Texas, into western Oklahoma. So a very widespread area for severe weather on Monday. Then that all shifts east on Tuesday, a level 2 out of 5 here, a slight risk of severe weather from the mid-Atlantic states, the Delmarva, back through West Virginia and Virginia, getting into southern Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee there, all the way down into the southeast, northern Mississippi, northern Alabama, and northern portions of Georgia going into Tuesday. All modes of severe weather, both days, will be possible. So let's look at this a little further. Here's your surface-based instability reservoir for Monday, April 1st. Notice, very deep reservoir of instability, a lot of energy to work with. Missouri Ozarks down into the southern plains, especially here. And then as we go into Tuesday, that shifts across the mid-Atlantic and into the southeastern states with a lot of instability, a lot of energy for those thunderstorms on Tuesday, April 2nd. So let's look here at our lightning flash density. This is where you look for thunderstorms here. And you can see the brighter the color, the more thunderstorms there are likely to be. So as we go into Monday, watching near the warm front there during the day, but also the cold front starting to impinge on that warm, moist, and unstable air on Monday, that will start to get going, rocking and rolling here across the Missouri Ozarks, central southern plains as we go into Monday night. We need to watch the warm front, though, across the lower Ohio River Valley. Now, it doesn't show bright colors up here, but I assure you, some of these storms that interact with the warm front become surface based Monday night definitely could rotate. So we could watch some tornado potential unfold there for southern Ohio, Indiana, and downstate Illinois there on Monday night. But a more of an MCS, a mesoscale convective system, widespread damaging winds, hail, and tornadoes will be possible from Missouri down into northwest Arkansas, eastern Oklahoma, and north Texas, even central Texas going into Monday night. Going into Tuesday, this shifts eastward. Cold front shifts east. We have more scattered to numerous thunderstorm coverage from the Ohio and Tennessee River Valley down into the southeast there during the day. Damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes will be possible. And then as we go into Tuesday night, some of these storms will start to weaken, but still probably lingering severe weather into the overnight hours. So definitely a busy go of it early into the week. Then we're not done. As we go into Wednesday, the system is going to move east. We have the main low down here into the mid-Atlantic, 986 millibars. So very strong cold air advection on the north side of the system will turn the rain shield over to snow for the upper Great Lakes and interior New England for Wednesday, and a bona fide snowstorm for the Northeast as we go into Thursday next week on April 4th. Yes, it's April, and we have enough cold air to work with for Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, New York State, Massachusetts. Yes, the Boston region's in play here. Getting down into Connecticut, Rhode Island, some decent snows, tight isobars, so some very heavy winds with this system as well. And then as we go into Friday, a week from today on the 5th of April, the system will start to move out, and we have a new system with more snow across the Pacific Northwest. So a very active pattern. Here's your total precipitation in inches. The heaviest will be out west initially with these storms, especially for California, the Pacific Northwest. A lot of this will be in the form of snow, but then very heavy rains across the Midwest, the southern Great Lakes, the Ohio River Valley over here into the Northeast, where we could see a widespread swath, especially from eastern Iowa, northeast Missouri through Illinois, Indiana, Michigan there into Ohio, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania of over 2 inches worth of rain in a week span. And then as we go into the snowfall prospects, very heavy snow out in the Rockies, Cascades and Sierras getting hit very hard, feet of snow out here. And then watching that snow event here into the Northeast, and we're kind of going to zoom it in here and show you these amounts potentially that we could be seeing. You can see the Cascades, possibly a foot or so of snow, a few feet of snow possible there for the Sierras, and the highest of elevations there out west in the Rockies. And then watching this across New England and the Northeast, this is a national blend of models. This puts all of the weather models together and averages them out. And these are averaging around a foot to a foot and a half, still around a week out. So this is actually pretty significant here for Maine especially, but Vermont, New Hampshire, upstate New York, and into Massachusetts as well. So definitely keeping an eye on this as we do get closer. Let's look here at your total solar eclipse forecast, because a lot of people will be moving into their areas to watch that total solar eclipse start to take place as we go into Monday, April 8th. Very big event. Won't happen for another 20-25 years or so. Here comes a trough out west, and we have a ridge out east. Synoptically, this is not a good look if you want clearing for that total solar eclipse viewing on Monday. You can see the ensemble guidance here. We're going to go through 3 of these. The European ensemble guidance shows precipitation right along the path of totality there in the Mississippi Valley on Monday. The GFS ensemble really in the same shoe as well, and you can see even the Canadian ensemble guidance really in the same ballpark here as well. So there is not a lot of hope right now for a clear viewing for all of us here. We'll have to keep our fingers crossed as we do get closer, and we'll keep you covered right here on Weather on the Go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit the subscribe button down below if you like detailed but accurate weather forecasts. We'll keep you covered throughout the year. Make sure to press the like button down below, the thumbs up button. It helps out more than you know, and I hope everyone has a wonderful Easter Sunday weekend out there.